Jade stared at her phone screen in silence. It was payday. Her paycheck had just hit her bank account, but after a few seconds of happiness, the stress came rushing back. The number looked good until she remembered the bills. Rent, credit card payment, groceries, the subscriptions she forgot to cancel. Her car needed new tires. Again, by the time she finished making her list, most of the money was already gone. How is this happening? She whispered to herself. I make decent money. I don't even shop that much. Jade was 29. She worked full-time in marketing and even had a small side hustle. But every month felt the same. She worked hard, paid her bills, and somehow ended up with nothing left to save. She thought she was doing everything right. That night, she Googled, how much should I be saving each month? The answer shocked her. Some experts were saying 50%. Jade laughed at first. Who can do that? But deep down, it made her wonder, what if I'm not saving enough and it's costing me more than I think? That moment changed everything. What Jade didn't know was this. Saving less than 50% might be the most expensive decision of her life. Number 1. The myth of the 20% rule and why it's outdated. For years, people were told a simple rule: save 20% of your income and you'll be fine. It sounds smart and easy to follow. But here's the problem. That advice was made for a world that doesn't exist anymore. Back in the 1950s, when this rule became popular, life was different. Houses were cheap, jobs were stable. Most people had pensions when they retired. College didn't cost as much as a car. Today, rent takes up 40% or more of most people's income. Student loans are crushing. Pensions are rare. Wages have not kept up with the cost of living. Saving 20% in 2025 doesn't build wealth. It just keeps you from falling behind. And in many cities, even that 20% feels impossible. But here's the truth. If you only save 20%, you could be stuck working until you're 65 or 70. You may never have the freedom to take a break, switch careers, or retire early. Saving 20% was great advice in the past. In today's world, the people who are getting ahead are the ones saving 40%, 50%, sometimes more. Not because they're rich, but because they're playing by a new set of rules. If you want more than just survival, if you want freedom, you have to save differently than the generation before you. The 20% rule won't get you there anymore. It's time for something better. Number 2. What you're really losing. Not just money, but time, autonomy, and peace of mind. When people think about saving money, they usually focus on numbers, how much they have, how much they don't, and what they can afford. But here's something most people don't realize. Not saving enough doesn't just cost you money, it costs you your freedom. Let's say you save only 10 to 20% of your income. That might mean you'll have to work for 40 to 45 years of your life before you can retire. But if you save 50% or more, you could cut that number down to 15 to 20 years. That's decades of your life given back to you. Time to travel, time to raise your kids, time to start a business, or just take a break without stress. When you don't save enough, you're not just trading money for things, you're trading time for bills. And once time is gone, you can't get it back. You also lose autonomy, your ability to make choices. You can't quit a bad job. You can't say no to toxic work. You stay stuck, not because you want to, but because you have no financial cushion. And maybe the most dangerous thing you lose? Peace of mind. Studies show that money stress can lower your brain power, hurt your sleep, and even affect your health. One study from Princeton found that financial stress can reduce your mental focus by as much as 13 IQ points. Saving more isn't about being rich. It's about building a life where you are in control. Less savings doesn't just cost dollars, it costs years of your life, your energy, and your calm. And that price? It's far too high. Number 3. How the 50% rule changes everything, even for middle-income earners. Saving 50% of your income might sound impossible, especially if you're not rich. But here's the surprise. You don't need a six-figure income to save 50%. Many middle-income earners are already doing it by living smarter, not smaller. Take Emily, a 33-year-old teacher earning $60,000 a year. She shares a duplex with roommates and rents out the other half on Airbnb. Her rent is nearly zero, and she saves over $30,000 a year. Or Jaden, who works online and moved from New York to Portugal. His income stayed the same, but his cost of living dropped by half. Now, he saves more than 60% of what he makes and enjoys a better quality of life. Saving 50% doesn't mean giving up fun. It means giving up what doesn't actually matter. Instead of spending money on impressing others, like luxury cars or name brands. They focus on what brings real joy, time, freedom, and peace. They use smart tools like high-yield savings accounts, zero-based budgets, telling every dollar where to go, apps that track spending and automate savings. The 50% rule is a freedom plan, not a punishment. It gives you more choices, not less. And even if you don't hit 50% right away, just aiming for it pushes you ahead of 90% of people. It's not about being perfect. It's about creating a life where you control your time and money works for you. Number 4. The opportunity cost of lifestyle inflation in 2025. Fresh data plus psychology. Every time you get a raise, you probably feel like you'll finally have extra money to save. But here's what really happens to most people. They spend more instead. This is called lifestyle inflation. And in 2025, it's more common than ever. A recent study from Lending Club found that over 60% of people earning six figures still live paycheck to paycheck. Why? Because as their income goes up, their spending goes up too. New job equals nicer apartment. Bonus equals new car. Small raise equals daily takeout instead of cooking. It feels like progress, but it's actually a trap. Psychologists call this the hedonic treadmill. It means we get used to upgrades quickly, and they stop making us happy. A bigger TV or a luxury trip only feels exciting for a little while, then we're back to wanting more. But here's the truth. The more you increase your spending, the more freedom you lose. That extra $300 a month could go towards savings or investments, but instead, it disappears into lifestyle upgrades that don't last. Every time you spend more just because you earn more, you're trading years of freedom for moments of comfort. That's the real cost of lifestyle inflation, and it's not worth it. Choose wisely. Short-term upgrades or long-term freedom. Number 5. A bold framework. The 50 hours, 30 minutes, and 20 seconds is broken. Here's the 60 hours, 30 minutes, and 10 seconds lifestyle freedom model. You've probably heard of the 50 hours, 30 minutes, and 20 seconds rule. It says 50% of your income goes to needs, like rent and bills. 30% to wants, like fun and entertainment. 20% to savings. It sounds balanced, but in today's world, it's not enough. If you follow this rule, you might still be living paycheck to paycheck. You might still work 40 plus years just to retire tired. That's why we need a new rule for a new economy. Introducing the 60 hours, 30 minutes, and 10 seconds model. 60% saving plus investing. 30% needs. 10% fun spending. This model isn't about being cheap. It's about buying freedom faster. If you live this way for just a few years, you can build a safety net, grow your investments, and even take control of your time. That's powerful. Even if you can't start at 60%, that's okay. Just aiming for it will push you way ahead of others. Think of it like this. The old rule was about surviving. The new rule is about thriving. You don't have to follow the crowd. Build a life where your money works harder than you do. Number 6. But I don't make enough. Crushing the most common excuse with empathy and strategy. Let's be real, not everyone can save 50% right away. If you're living on a tight budget, saving might feel impossible. And that's okay. This isn't about blaming people for not saving. It's about showing that small changes add up, no matter your income. Here's the truth. Your savings rate is more important than your salary. A person making $40,000 who saves 30% is doing better than someone making $100,000 but saving only 5%. It's not about how much you make, it's about how much you keep. Here's a simple strategy to start. Track every dollar. Use a free app or notebook. Awareness is the first step to control. Cut or replace one expense. Start small. Cook one extra meal at home or find cheaper car insurance. Increase income slowly. Pick up a weekend gig, sell a service online, or build a skill that pays more over time. Saving is a muscle. You grow it little by little. Even if you can only save 5% right now, that's a win. Do what you can, then build from there. Don't let "I don't make enough" become the reason you never start. The compound effect, why every year you save 50% is worth 3x later. Saving money isn't just about building a safety net. It's about building wealth that grows on its own. This is called compound growth. It means the money you save earns interest, and then that interest earns more interest. Over time, it snowballs. Here's a simple example. If you save $10,000 at age 25 and invest it at just 7% a year, it becomes $76,000 by age 55, without you adding another dollar. That's the power of starting early and saving more. Every year you save 50% of your income, you're not just getting ahead, you're fast-tracking your future. Some people say that 1 year of saving 50% can buy you 2 to 3 years of freedom later.
Why?
Because the more you save early, the more time your money has to grow, and the less you'll need to save later. And the best part? You don't need to be an investing expert. Just save more, start sooner, and stay consistent. Time and savings are your best friends. Use both wisely, and your future will be way richer than you expect. Now, if you want to learn how to achieve financial success, then watch this video next. If you made it to this point in the video, please like and subscribe to the channel to see more content like this. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.